Yo, shout out Trump.
My boy.
Shout out Trump and all these weirdos attacking Snoop Dogg.
Why is that weird, though? Because Snoop made some very strong statements, anti-Trump statements, and now he's performing at Trump's
But he
inauguration.
didn't perform. Did he perform? It was a pre-thing.
No, but he did perform, right? He did something with him. I mean,
It was at the. I think he did his inauguration was like inside.
Snoop is allowed to change his mind.
That was 8 years
about what he thinks of Donald Trump, and he's also allowed to just be a ruthless capitalist that will perform for whoever wants to pay him. But at the same time, I mean, he can't expect people to not point out the hypocrisy unless he's willing. Like, if all Snoop Dogg has to do is get on record the same way all these tech guys, Mark Zuckerberg, the founders of Google, the owners of Google, whatever, they have all basically switched sides and said, like, oh, we were terrified of Trump and super anti-Trump, and now we're on board with Trump, and we think he's going to be great for America.
Yeah, this is after he did the 4 years.
But people expect an explanation.
This is after he did the 4 years. Let's keep in mind, Harry O is Snoop's guy.
Still. Okay.
Who pardoned him.
That's interesting that you and Snoop are able to have a good, strong relationship, even though you're on this anti-Harry O campaign.
I'm not on anti-Harry O. I'm on anti-weirdo. That's what I'm on. So he pardoned Harry O. That's his guy. So since he felt this way, a few things have happened to where he maybe changed his thoughts on Trump. And after that, we basically went 4 years feeling like we had no president.
Yeah, a lot of people
After that,
unhappy with that.
That's why Trump won. Oh, man. Oh, no, we can't go through that again.
Yeah.
We'd rather roll the dice over there.
I mean, I will say that Trump comes into office, and regardless of whatever shit that he does, he takes some very bold steps to protect our country against the threat of illegal immigration and all the craziness that's been going on. I think that's something that the vast majority of the country can get behind.
Bro.
I don't have any sympathy for the people who are waiting at the fucking border. Go back to your country. It's totally fine. It's like we've just seen the limits of what our country can handle in terms of immigration. And I think that Trump 100% represents the sentiments of our country. And then also when Trump comes out and says, hey, we're taking a very strong stance against men, biological men in women's sports. It's another thing that I think the vast, vast majority of the country can get behind. Him shutting down the DEI offices all over the federal government, as well as like in higher learning, et cetera. I think that's a great development. So as much as I don't care for the guy, and I think that he's, generally just a dishonest he's making a lot of moves that I can totally get behind. So I'm perfectly happy to sit back and see how things go from here.
Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America.
Yep.
Right?
The Gulf and the Gulf.
Now, let's think about this, right? 2 illegals come to the States. They have a baby on U.S. territory.
Right.
Baby gets a birth certificate.
Birthright citizenship.
But because you're the child of 2 illegals and you're a child, we're sending you back with them. Now, how do you feel about that?
Well, what I've learned is that there is a huge problem with basically baby-making tourism, where people will pay these companies to help them get to America for a short period of time just so that they can give birth and get their kids citizenship. And this system is clearly being abused. It very much stands to be seen if Trump is actually going to be able to force this legislature through, because I think it's like anti-constitution, or it goes against the Constitution.
The ones here.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to
what's
see
the
if this
gray
is
area?
actually
You know the
able
gray
to
area
stand.
is?
What?
I can send the 2 parents back. So
Right.
parents, you going to leave your child or you going to take them with you?
Yeah.
That's the gray area. Right there. Now, did you see the play years ago? Remember when we were in the uproar when they said, illegal immigrants, we're going to now give you government assistance and driver's license? We're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, they was creating the tracking device. Now they know where they all at.
Because they have that app.
They came in, got driver's license, and this the best way to bait somebody to you. Tell them you're going to give them some money. So now Trump pretty much, the Mexican government was on the news the other day telling his people, do not open your door if you're over there and you're illegal. You hear a knock at your door, don't open it. Because their database is based upon all the illegals that went down there to get the government assistance and to get driver's license. I believe we're going to look up, Trump going to round up about 50,000 people and start sending them back. Yeah. Now, they may appeal it, but you're going to be filing from over there.
But this is the thing is that I remember having this conversation however many years ago on this podcast with a handful of low IQ former hosts. And I was making it clear that from my perspective, America needs to be tough on immigration and we need to have a very strong border. Without a border, we don't have a country, in the words of Trump. And I was treated as if I was some kind of hate monger for feeling like we need to be selective about who we allow into our country. And now it feels like the entire fucking country is caught up with that mentality. I've always thought, why is it our responsibility to take in all these people from other countries? Stay in your fucking country and don't come here unless you're legally able to come here. And even a lot of the Mexican people that I know who are like first generation, et cetera, they agree with that. My cleaning lady voted for Trump. My cleaning lady understands the danger of illegal immigration more than a lot of woke people. And to me, that kind of says everything that we need to know.
Okay, so what they're using, and my girl Devious from Clubhouse taught me this, is the 14th Amendment, which was designed for us as black people. Mm-hmm. Because when we came over here, we were classified as property, right? They literally counted us with the animals and shit. So it was written that the ones that were brought here, and kids were born like maybe 1868, some shit around there, that at that point, they're given citizenship. But again, that's people that were brought here by Americans. This is totally different because you snuck in here. Yeah. You wasn't brought here. So it's a difference. And a lot of people don't understand, like you look up, bro, and the crime rate goes up. A lot of jobs are they're gone. I mean, a lot happens. Certain neighborhoods, people's way of living. If you grew up in a certain way and you used to doing things a certain way that over here is just not sanitary, it's not right, but to you it's regular, it causes a problem. And I'm all the way with Trump. Do I think it's some hardworking, decent Mexican people that could blend right in? Yes, I do. But it's one of those things to where you can't play the middle with it. It's either that way or this way. Yeah. Now, I don't think the wall will ever go up and stop them from coming. I think it'll be a quick thing, maybe 6 months to a year. It'll be one of those things, and then I just think it'll go back to normal.
I mean, I wish that the wall had not become such a political issue, because it seems like such an obvious thing. Of course we should have a fucking wall if we're having our country invaded by these people. And I with the Mexicans, love the Mexicans. But if you want to come to our country illegally and start a life here, you should live in fear. You should know that at some point they're coming and they're going to get you the fuck out of here. And you can't just expect to be able to come here. Like we can't be that kind of country that just allows people to come in all willy-nilly.
They don't allow, bro, do you know if me and you went over there right now with $1 million and say we want to buy this land right here that's worth $100,000, they won't sell it to us. They will lease it to us for 99 years, but they will not sell an American that's not a citizen over there land. We go over there, we got 6 months, 180 days. We have to leave, right? So that's just what it is. I mean, it's laws and rules in every country. You know what I mean? So, I hear it. I hear what you're saying. And I really think the focus should be, this should be the real focus. How could we make Mexico better as a country so people wouldn't want to leave there and so more people would want to go visit there? How can Mexico and the U.S., right, come together with maybe some trade, maybe job opportunities went over there? You remember about 8 to 10 years ago, a lot of our companies closed here, moved their factories to Mexico. Right. I think the focus, think about it. At some point, the country, it has to be a change so people want to stay.